So our quaint little dungeon was pretty good at serving its purpose, but I think we need to expand it a lot more. I mean, look at all this real estate we're not using. And for right now, we don't have a lot of money, but we do have a lot of souls. So let's go into the research and then use some of those souls to get a little bit of money. 350 monies. And they only cost 9 souls each, so we could do that twice. Ooh, and we start to unlock some things like lucky monsters. Drop more gold when killed. Neat. And then there's one more soul trait up here, so we have quite a bit of money to start with. But for right now, let's start to expand our real estate here a little bit. And I like the way things are right now, so let's just start to expand past this by getting a decently sized hallway of sorts right here. And then I'm thinking this can branch into a T intersection. So we could put another room over here, and then only really have enough for another small room like this, but that can branch around this way. So we're getting the groundwork set up, but we still need some doors, which doors are costly. So we might as well open up our dungeon for another day and just see how things are as they are. The entry fee is still 10 coins, which I don't think is too bad. 2 monsters right here. And can our heroes get through? Probably once another hero shows up. Ooh, to freeze the spider. That's gonna be helpful, but so far we have 1 hero that's about to go down, and that's not very good. At least another hero showed up, but they're both wizards, and so they're constantly running away, which is not good for their health. We might have to dial down the monsters in this beginning room. Oh, this guy just left. Wait, he's spending so much time running away, he almost went out the door. Okay, so now they finally got past the spider. This is starting to look like a Dark Souls dungeon. And thankfully, they are able to buy the potions. Although I would have thought that hero would have come back at this respawn pedestal. But I suppose I gotta check in on it first. Either way, our heroes are able to make it all the way to the ending room with the goblin here, which is going to put money in the chest. But the greedy heroes take all of it at once. So we're definitely gonna need probably more chests per room. And these poor wizards, they are constantly running away from the monsters. At least they are able to defeat the monsters, and they spend so much time in this room that the goblin respawned. So we'll see how our reports are at the end of the day. But now this should be the last hero coming in, and we are keeping up with a maximum rating, more or less. Hey, and the characters are leveling up, so that's extra good for our rating. And this goblin actually took out all the heroes in this room, so I don't think this chest is gonna get visited anymore. And this wizard might take out the skeleton, which means he gets to walk away with a little extra money. But now he has to try and fight his way out of the dungeon. I don't think he's really gonna make it, to be honest. So he didn't make it out, but hey, we got our research done, which has unlocked some iron decorations. An iron urn. Maybe a hero named Aaron can come along and earn it. And they still wish for more monsters, even though there's a nice variety. But that still earned us 225 monies for the day. And we can start to unlock some other things, like probably these poison traps sound very good. Ooh, or an iron chest with a bigger capacity. I like that idea. So now we can start to include some doors on these hallways we just made. Beautiful there, beautiful here. Not really sure what I'm gonna put in these rooms yet, but it's good that they have doors. Maybe some iron sconces? Sconce is such a weird word. Makes it sound like a bakery item. And these iron urns can hold 10 monies. I think these would be good to put in some of the rooms so that the chest doesn't reach capacity and then not accept any more money. Well, this is better than nothing. Iron urn right there. And then for whatever reason, the respawn pedestal wasn't respawning heroes. So I'm not too sure what the deal was there, but let's get a few more decorations in. Let's get an iron sconce in here, probably. Ooh, that's a good amount of light. And you know what? Both the wolf and the crawler only drop 15 monies. So they can max out these containers. Let's drop the spider. Let's get rid of that, get a little bit of money back, which is gonna be good for decorating this room here with something. Or putting another loot container in here. Another urn. Just in case the goblin loot goes over. And then here, this room is only 36% illuminated, so let's just get another iron sconce in here. There we go. That brought up to 72 already, with way less lights than this room. And then we'll start another day to get more visitors through. They're probably not going to be happy with this section of the dungeon, but it's a work in progress. And now they should be able to handle this a little bit easier with only 1 monster, unless they spend so much time running away that the wolf just munches them to death. Look at that, they just exit the dungeon. You can't do that, that's cheating. All right, at least a warrior showed up, or a ranger. So that handled things, and now both containers should be maxed out. And they are fighting for the goodies. But first come, first serve, and they both get damage over time from the flame traps we put in. That is beautiful. Oh, and this guy went for the goblin right away. Well, at least they are doing good on looting this crate and then the urn. And here they go into the part of the dungeon that isn't finished yet. And they kind of just fumble around in the dark. Kind of makes me wish I could lock the doors like I can the chests, but I can't. But this day already has enough visitors for us to get the iron chest research done already, so that's good news. And the wizard here is deciding to not help these warriors fight the wolf. So that's interesting. Oh, I see. He was just camping the jar to take the loot. He's one of those adventurers. Okay, so this guy finally made it out of the dark, scary room. I wonder what he thinks of that. And he's also not even making it past the fire traps. Oh, these poor souls. These poor delicious souls. Probably gonna need a secondary container in all of the monster rooms. And hey, our dungeon rating is finally over 1 star. Also, this wolf is as good of a doorman as he is like a exit man, keeping people from leaving. But you know, they're already given a good rating, so what does it matter? And if you are wondering, we're continuing to save off of what we did in the prologue, so make sure you guys watch that video if you missed it. I almost feel bad for these heroes that just spend all this time marching around in the dark with so little health that they're definitely not making it out of here, because the goblin is up to full, and so the warrior's gonna go down, and so is the wizard. But hey, now we have the iron chest, and we had a 30% satisfaction rate with 9 deaths. Oh, I love that. Now, down here in the research tree, we do have a spot for legendary heroes to come and visit. That sounds a little scary, but also sounds like it could be really good for us. Let's work our way towards that, with a slow trap here being the next thing to research. And let's also spend some souls to increase the monster limit. And we can collect this quest for reaching 1 star popularity. Hey, and that comes with some things like money and dirt. Wow, top 10 gifts right here. So let's see, the iron chest has a capacity of 50. Wow, let's go ahead and swap out this chest then. Get rid of you. Iron chest being right here, perfect. And then let's try to get some more things back here, like some expensive iron sconces to light up this, and then maybe just 1 in here. A 31% illumination isn't bad. And back here could be a resting spot if I had more. And I think just to annoy the adventurers, we can get some fire traps in here or some spike traps. They both seem really good, but I can only afford 1 of them. So should we just place that right next to the door? Oh, that's so rude, but I need to. And you know what? Since we are at 1 star, I think that's a good reason to increase the entrance fee here. And we could also look at some other things, like we're just at the very edge of having a medium death ratio and pretty good satisfaction. But let's just upgrade this by 5 coins, should be good. And thankfully the 15 coin entry fee is not turning people away. And the iron chest isn't even being filled to capacity, so that's good news too, because these adventurers just get so greedy with taking all the money in there. Although I do think that there is a lot of adventurers in a room at once. So this room especially, we could probably put in another monster. And it's a shame that our maximum rating only goes up a little bit each day because we get there very fast. I also have not been noticing if the adventurers actually walk across these spike tiles, but I think they do. Yeah, they do. And they almost do them in. But that's what the goblin is for. And we get these researches done so fast. A slow trap is available now, and our satisfaction is going up a little more. 38% today. Probably because there's less deaths. Give some, you lose some. But hey, that's more vouchers for us and more money for that. Now this other quest here is to level up a monster. So let's maybe level up the wolf, because he's got the hardest job now, and it costs 10 souls to do that, so we could do that very easily. So he does a little more damage and has a little more health. It also looks like he drops a lot more loot too. Are you gonna need your own chest now? Are you a big boy wolf? Well, let's just collect those tickets. And I think this room can just have a wooden chest because all the other containers can hold their own loot still. Ooh, so we could have an abundance upgrade next. That's probably a good thing because I was considering putting a camping spot in this room back here, just to give them something at the end of the path. So let's just cash in 2 of these in here and replace it with 1 iron sconce. And it's already doing way more. We can start to see the next star being filled up a little bit. So we'll do the same over here, recycling money as we do. And sure enough, it's going up. And then more for this room, but that didn't really change much, but the next one probably will. Doing it in the starting room and this room as well. There it is, another point up, but it took a few sconces to do that. So that's obviously not the best way to do this. At least it is keeping the room lit the same amount. amount. And you know what? We can change the floor now too. So let's have this one be dirt. So we can say at least one room is dirt. Not that it really changes much. And I think we can do one more torch change in here because the beauty, which I guess that thing is only at 78. So getting rid of both of these and then putting in a sconce. It does way better for the room. Although the luminosity does go down a little bit. And the wolf should hopefully do better here because he does more damage. And he can take a lot more hits. Although the slowdown effect from the Ice Wizard is definitely impeding that. And they hit everywhere before the chest. That is so weird. And it would be nice to upgrade this so the wolf spawns more often. But I guess he doesn't really need to because then he fills up the chest before new adventurers show up. And it looks like they are using the rejuvenation campfire, which is good. And the research is already completed. And the rating gets right to full every time. Oh, that is glorious. And we've hosted this many visitors. So hey, we unlocked a small painting. Beautiful. If that doesn't increase the beauty of a room, I don't know what will. And it's a good thing that we researched abundance because they really chewed through this campfire here. And here's the abundance. Increased by 2. Not very much. And the satisfaction went down still. But hey, more tickets here, also more money. And here it is, the legendary heroes that we can research. Now this one will take more than one day, but we might as well spruce up the place a bit before they get here. Like some lights, obviously. And then, you know what, just to mess with them, let's put a slow trap in here, right in front of the door. It's gonna be one of those dungeons. And then let's also upgrade the skeleton here. So he is dropping more money, but there is containers for that. But if we sell this one, then we have enough to upgrade it to an iron chest. I like the idea, because I'm thinking the satisfaction will go up if more heroes are getting money from the chests and not, you know, walking on empty ones. Like these guys happen to do because this guy's just taking everything. It's always the first one that ruins it for everybody else. And now I really want to see a hero walk through here and get slow trapped. Oh, there it was. Did that really slow him down that much? Oh, well, at least it's working. And the rating did go up a few points there, so hopefully we get to maximum here. Hey, wow, that was very quickly to maximum. And it looks like the goblin here was actually going for the weaker hero there at the end. But he didn't kill him, so it doesn't matter. And some more heroes walk out with money here, with a lot left over in the chest too. Now, I would like to spruce up this room with another monster spawner, but we kind of need to summon more monsters. So let's go ahead and do that with 250 monies. Okay, so we have, it looks like a bat here. I have no idea what you are, and another goblin. Let's go with the middle one. It's got a funny shape. It's a giant bat. Oh, I thought this was a bat, but it's a slime with arms. That is interesting. But now we have a giant bat that we can work with. And sadly, I don't think the slow trap was as effective as I would like it to be. So let's just get rid of that, and then we can put in the creature spawner with not a lot left over, but oh well. Oh yeah, that is a huge bat. Maybe let's just move one of the containers from over here, like this urn, into that room. So at least the money can go somewhere, and a little bit of it. And now after this day, we should have all the research completed for the legendary heroes, which I feel like is going to be the reverse of a boss. And hopefully the goblin doesn't do too good of a job because I want to see heroes fight that big bat. So now after they loot everything, they're gonna start to fight this thing, who just kind of wanders around. I like that. Here you go, brave wizard, fight the bat. And run away from it too. How much health does this thing have? It's got actually quite a bit. I don't think this wizard is winning this fight. And he's not happy about that either. But whoa, he did win because of his skill. And that leveled him up too. Oh, that's amazing. But let's make sure to collect these things so we can move on to the next one. Have one room at maximum beauty. I thought he did that, but hey, we unlocked skull decorations. That's not foreboding at all. Should just put that at the entrance. Like, this is what you look like in a little bit. And man, this wolf is having to fight 4 heroes at once. I almost feel bad for him, but that's his job. That's what he's here for. And man, when the heroes don't use their skills or team up, that bat is super deadly. But now the day is done and legendary heroes are at our beck and call. Oh, it's a panel. Use it to put the dungeon through the ultimate test. Okay. There was a lot of negativity there. I guess I definitely need another potion vendor station. But you know, we can also cheat the system by researching some prestige, so they buff satisfaction on entrance. But let's get a potion vendor in the rest area, because why not? That should let them spend a little more time here, which would also give more time for the bat to respawn. And there's the legendary heroes panel. Oh, so we get to pick who it is. Oh dear. So we can get Prince Tristan in here, who drops a lot of loot. But for us to win this, he needs to be 60% satisfied at least. We can maybe see what he thinks of it. We'll be summoned the next day. Oh, it's with everybody else. I feel like that extra potion vendor is really gonna make a difference. because now our visitor population is exceeding the amount of potions that we can actually stock in there. But I wonder, is he going to appear at the end of the day? Or just kind of in the middle? Probably at the end of the day, which also means that everything is going to be exhausted, like the vendors and the campsite. Why can't he be the first one through the door? That would make this so much easier. So off they go into the rest area, walking over the spiky traps. And they're buying potions. Good. Because that was also a thing that we needed to do. I think the heroes are having a much better time in the dungeon now. We still get some that go down, but it's not the majority. But now also this potion vendor is out of stock. How long does it take for Prince Tristan to show up? And hey, we are earning more money today than we were before, so that's extra good. Oh wow, the bat here just took out both of those heroes. You better not be nuking my rating. Oh, Tristan is here. Look at him. He's glowing big and buff and gold and everything. He pays the entrance fee because he's cool like that. The monsters aren't here yet. This is not good. And the chests are empty. This is also not good. Why do the other heroes have to be here? Okay, there's a monster for him to fight. Hope you enjoy that, Sir Tristan. Aha, now he explores the things. Okay, so that boosted his satisfaction a little bit, but he also arrived at an empty chest, which is extra not good. And everything is out of stock. Why do you have to be here at the end of the day? Oh, he's also just getting second pickings from all the chests because a hero's ahead of him. Okay, at least there's money here, so get that a little bit. Okay, so we can see him gain a little bit of happiness there. At least the other warrior is dead, so he can have this monster all to himself, which he does a lot of damage too. He didn't even explore the urn. Oh gosh, his happiness only went up half of what it should have. At least the monsters have no chance of taking him down. And oh, his happiness is going up. I forgot he didn't even visit the skeleton. Oh, please do good. Come on, skeleton. His satisfaction depends solely on you. Was that good enough for you? Oh, it almost was. Maybe he'll be happy when he fights the wolf on his way out, because he still has to go through that again. Fight the wolf, kill the wolf, and then, is that good? Oh, yes, we got it. We got the minimum happiness that he was looking for. Whew, and he only halfway went down. Oh, I was getting real worried there, but the wolf clutched it at the end. Legendary hero satisfied with a 63%. Oh boy, and now we get the prestige thing. Visitors will now feel a mysterious joy when entering the dungeon. Wow. And we got a statue of Tristan too. Beautiful, but wow, the thoughts are all negative. How is the satisfaction so low? I wish there were more monsters to kill. Obviously not, because healing and death are very common for the other heroes, which there are a lot of, so we can get this grouping table next, I think, so they can form parties. That should be good for them. So I guess the next thing we have to worry about is the satisfaction rate is plummeting right now, and that's not good. At least that legendary hero did give us a statue that seems to have an effect. Buffs heroes' defenses and strength. Ooh. Well, we can get rid of this attack totem here and then put the statue there. I think that's a good idea. It looks really good there too. Hey, and that boosted the room to maximum beauty. I like this. And that's 150 more monies that we can use. So why don't we put the attack totem in this room with the bat then? Just to give the heroes a little bit of help. And then we have the skull decoration here that we unlocked too. So like I said, we'll put that right at the entrance. 2 of them, because why not? And this room is almost at maximum beauty as well. And then I guess with the last little bit of money, we can put another sconce in this hallway so it's a bit more illuminated. Ooh, and we're about to get a level 3 hero visiting too. I like this idea. And the happiness boost that they get from visiting is already kicking in. I like this. And we should be getting enough visitors this day to get this research done. Oh, and there's a level 3 hero already. I was not expecting you to be here so soon, but all the better, because your opinion is going to be very valuable, I think. Plus your, performance in the dungeon otherwise. Oh my gosh, just one-shot the goblin. Now, it would be nice if this guy left some treasure for the big hero to take. Oh, it looks like he did. So at least he's getting some goodies out of this. Now let's see how he does against the bat. And the bat is taking some major hits here, while the hero, not so much. I like this. This is very good. Problem is there's still a lot of loot from the bat that isn't being utilized. At least he's able to take some use out of the rest spot, which is exactly what that's there for. Excellent. And the hero statue's wow, 75% attack buff? Oh, that's gotta be way better than this one, right? 50%. Okay, so it's still better by a fair margin. This guy's got a potion that he's gonna guzzle right away, so he should be good for a little bit. And the wizard here is definitely having issues with that bat. So it's a good thing that warrior showed up, but I feel like the warrior is going to be going down as well. And sure enough, he did. But hey, look, there's way more heroes leaving the dungeon too, so that's extra satisfaction. All the souls that they're giving is nice, but it is good to, you know, keep up the rep of our dungeon as well. And sadly, we're short by 2 visitors for this upgrade. I might honestly need a buff in each of these rooms with a monster because that wolf is doing way too good. Mostly because they're all like halfway dead when they're leaving the door anyway. But he still got him, so he's able to leave. And he leveled up on exiting. And thankfully the rangers are also able to level up and leave. Well, some of them are. So this guy should be good against the wolf, provided that the damage keeps up. But also, wow, he is still doing some really nasty damage to the hero here. That is very not good. But hey, such a prestigious dungeon. Oh, I love that. 50% satisfaction there. That is really good. I guess we did kill 11 warriors, and I love being over 1 star because this just came back, so that's easy free tickets there, and 16 visitors in 1 day. Ooh, so we got some iron doors here. Okay, so over here in the entry room, let's put a defense statue because that should help the hero survive the wolf better, as long as they can stay in its little area. And this hallway needs a lot more decorations. Only 22% beauty factor here. So another stone altar just to look at. And then let's finish this research so we can move on to better things. And the defense statue should be keeping the heroes alive a lot better, especially when there's more of them that show up at once. There we go. The hero only just barely got to... Oh wait, the bleeding out might happen. That bleed damage really impacted him there. But the next batch of heroes have even better luck, as long as they can stay within the defense circle. And there's the bleed damage happening there, but he's looking really good. I don't even think I really buffed the goblin any... Did I? Maybe I should. Right in the middle of the day. Sure, because this is supposed to be like a mini boss room, and they're, you know, handling him just as well. And this little quest is complete here, leveling up a monster, and our rating is still maxed out. Excellent. The satisfaction, though, is a different story. But hey, they are able to leave the dungeon in high spirits, so that's gotta count for something. But now we have another Soul Reaper thing unlocked, so they can give even more souls. Ooh, an ancient chest with a huge capacity. I need this. So this chest wants 21 visitors, and we have 20 coming this next day, so that's annoying. But let's start to expand a little bit. The giant bat here is a bit of a difficult fight for them. So I think this next room can be like a sort of rest area with another potion vendor once we can do that. But until then, let's just put a skull in here because this is a dead end. You get it? So let's save the rest of our money for the next day. Also, this potion vendor over here got emptied out very quickly. Wow. We can enhance it though with some souls. We should probably do that. Although I feel like that's something that's better done at the start of the day. Hey, and we've completed both of these rewards, so we get a wide painting that we can put in somewhere and more money. I love this. And oh, I think someone just died as they left the dungeon. Oh, that is tragic. You think you're safe, but then no, damage over time. Hey, 56%, that's our best one yet. Okay, now I want to see if maybe the reason that this resurrection pedestal doesn't work is because that's what was put in during the prologue. So let's delete it for 1,000 monies that we get back, and then put it back in. Maybe that'll have better luck this time. And then this potion vendor over here was also causing problems. So let's try just taking that out and putting it back as well. And now we can enhance it too. And then we'll put in another potion dispenser over here. I feel like this isn't going to get a lot of attention, but it'll be good to have. But also, where was that painting that I unlocked? A wide painting for 125. Same as a small one. Interesting, but it looks really good, right? This T intersection. And they also do the same amount of beautification, which is interesting. But I think a painting can be going up in here. Like a cat hanging from a tree being like, hang in there. And then before we forget, we should enhance this one too. Upgrade this vendor to a higher something. But now this day should get us our research completed. And now an adventure should be going down here pretty soon. Oh yeah, especially because this guy went to the goblin right away. So once he goes down, he should be respawning at the pedestal here shortly. I would hope so anyway. Although it doesn't really seem like it. Does it need to be in the same room? Oh, that would be annoying if true. At least now, when the heroes get past this giant bat here, then they get... well, they would help themselves to a potion, but I guess this guy can. Just in time for the giant bat to respawn, I think, after they spent enough time there. And there it is. Yes, beautiful. Finding things again. And they already searched a chest, so that's more money for the next adventurer. Lots of happy faces. Oh, and someone leveled up to tier 3. What? And now we have the ancient chest. Whoa, look at it. A chest capacity of 100? What? I need that in here. Just because I want this guy to be, you know, way bigger and drop more things. He drops 43 loot. Let's go ahead and just boost him to drop even more. Oh, not enough souls. Well, we can still replace this chest with the ancient one. That isn't actually too much more expensive. And it just looks so nasty. It almost looks like a mimic. But now we just need one more research for the grouping table. And I think this defense totem 2 is having some problems of not actually doing the defense thing. So we just gotta replace this. And that should be working now. But here, let's also get a new monster. And okay, I see 2 that I don't recognize, and they are the same thing. So let's just go for this one. And they're all common anyway. A giant rat that makes all the rules? That might be a better starting monster than the wolf here, even though the wolf is leveled up. Well, actually, it's because the wolf is leveled up that he's probably good for a later room. We'll do the giant rat in here. He only drops 15 gold, so we don't really need this chest, which should be fine, because that is enough to put a spawner in another room. Maybe we should put it in here with the goblin, since they are, you know, worth so much once they go down, because this guy drops 43 and then the wolf drops 26, so that should be good for the chest having 100 capacity. And that was also exactly every single dollar that I had. So let's see how the giant rat does in this beginner room, which should be, you know, pretty much okay because it's such a low tier monster. Now I think what'll make this easier is having this room be, you know, the gathering room, and then the first challenge can be in like a separate hallway or a room over here, just so I don't have to reorganize everything. And I think setting in an entirely new room will help us get to 1.5 stars. Also, how are they doing over here in this fight? I hope they do okay with 2 monsters. This guy just leveled up, so it should be a little easier, I hope. Okay, those 3 together. Okay, they actually do pretty well. I kind of feel bad for the first hero to try and fight these 2 things at once. But that's what the grouping table is going to be good for, which we are going to need another 2 days to do because we're still only getting like 20 visitors. And maybe with that giant rat, we'll get done with the comments of there's not enough monster variety in here. And sadly, this guy can't get a potion. I think he's gonna, oh, he doesn't die to the giant rat. He actually might make it out of here. If he can just quickly scoop past everything. Oh, ooh. And the trap is gonna be what does him in because of damage over time. Maybe? Oh, yep, there it is. Right as he leaves. Oh, that is tragic. Although our profits day today are not looking as great as they used to. And sure enough, there's still comments being like, I wish there were more monsters. How many will satisfy you? Well, let's see what we can do with 300 monies. We need just a tiny little room off to the side here, probably. Something to connect everything, so this hallway actually might be good for that. Although that is all the money that we have. But this room should be okay for that. We can set it up there, and then we have enough for a door or 2, shuffle some things around here. And then they can go either through this door or this one. But we can pull a torch out of here, I think, and then put it in here just for a little bit of light. And then it should be pretty easy to scoot things over once we have the party table. For right now though, let's earn up as much money as we can. And we're also actually getting less visitors today than normal. At least we're making good use out of this little room here, even though there really isn't anything. And I'm also kind of glad that the gargoyle isn't in the way. I didn't really check that before I started. And looking at the chest here, it's staying pretty well full before adventurers take stuff out of it, because it's got way bigger room in that than their pockets do, which is kind of good, because that way if the monster is dead when a new guy shows up, at least there's, you know, something for someone to take, even though a lot of them seem to be passing the room up entirely. And they all start at the urn, which is interesting, so I guess they go for the smallest container first. At least they can take some stuff, which is good. And there we have it, the grouping table. So now they can make parties, which hopefully lets their experience be a little better. Oh, it costs 500 gross. Well, let's see here. Let's first of all move you to this room here, along with all of your treasure containers. I mean, oh, a boss door. Can only be opened by a group of heroes. Interesting. Or an ancient spawner. A faster spawner. Is there any more? Oh yes, a soul trade. Yes, that gives me the money I need. Ooh, and now we've unlocked enough things that the underworld tier tree is open for some underworld props. I need to see what these look like. So now we can move this fountain kind of over here and then move this to be not obscured by it. And then we can get a grouping table in here after these skeletons move out of the way. And then you should probably move to the next room as well, which that aura is covering the whole room too. I love that. But I feel like the main safe area hub thing should be the brightest in the dungeon. So another sconce there, and then one more on the far wall, right next to the door, and maybe not. There we go, nice and bright. And then these guys can, you know, be on the other side of either door. It's like, which one you gonna choose? Actually, let's just put them in front of the door with the traps right behind it. That seems like a good indicator of something. And then here, just a little thing of mushrooms in the corner to raise that a little bit higher to get the beauty factor up almost all the way. And I think this is looking pretty good. And our maximum is over 1.5. Yes. Now we just need the people going through here to actually like this place. And then let's see. Okay, so now he's waiting here. Hopefully he doesn't have to wait too long, which it doesn't look like he does because there's another adventurer already coming through. So now all 4 seats are going to be occupied, and that's a group. Beautiful. Now they're ready to conquer the dungeon, and they'll do so as a group. So they all get hit by the flame traps, and they all get hit by the spike traps, kind of. And then they get lost, and then they come back a little bit. But now they all together fight the giant rat, which I feel kind of bad for the big rat now. Since the groups are being formed, it might be good to bring in some tougher monsters to the dungeon, instead of just ones that can be taken on by single people. But all 4 of them should be really good in this boss room if they can all, you know, cooperate. They all just kind of, half of them rush out of the room. But look at that, they're all being, like, you know, satisfaction going up. And then they all have to wait their turns for the big money things, which it looks like is filling up their pockets all the way. Good, so they're all benefiting. I like this. I like groups. And there's another group right there. Also, whoever ends up with the tier 3 hero is gonna get carried so hard. At least they can all face the giant bat there. And then I guess I didn't have enough to rejuvenate the potion dispensers. Is that how that works? That might be how that works, but at least I'll have money after this one. And yes, another group. How's our first group doing? They're making their way to the skeleton, which was the last enemy that they had to fight, I believe. But as a group, they all leave together. And our rating, wow, our rating boosted up super high. It's already at 1.5. I don't even know what happened there. Probably just everybody doing everything at once. Oh, there is one more visitor. Good. So we have, I think that was like 4 even groups. Beautiful. 1.5 stars, collect. Ooh, yes, wooden floors and money. Let me just casually change this in the middle of the dungeon being operative to a wooden floor. Also, wow, that is a bright wooden floor. Can I change the walls? I can't change the walls. But at least we very quickly got the research done for the underworld prop set. Hey, and this slot opened up. Oh, yes. So we have more quests we can do at once. And we unlocked a tall painting. I love this. Everything is coming together. But I wonder if there's something that I can do to stagger the groups more so they're not doing the same thing all at once. Like, there should be some gap between groups, but I suppose I can't always control that. But look at how much money we're making. 525. And the day isn't even done yet. And I think the survivability rate of them has gone up pretty well too. With 4 of them together, the monsters really don't stand a chance. I'm definitely gonna need more monsters, 1 for each room probably. But at least I'll have a fun time fighting everything, except for you, because you're just leaving right away. Get back with your party. But they're all also looking very low on energy, so hopefully they don't stick around here too much longer. But it does look like they are on their way out the door. Excellent. Man, these groups were working out super well. Oh, and they all just lost energy all at once. Hopefully that doesn't impact the rating. But there's the underworld props. Oh, this is gonna make the dungeon so exciting. Cobweb, spider eggs, and armor stand. Ooh, armor stand. 73% satisfaction rating. And there's no more red faces. It's just a yellow one that's like, I am tired. And spider eggs we already had, but now we have cobwebs and more spider eggs and an armor stand. Armor stands are gonna look cool. If this room wasn't already at 100%, I would definitely put it here. We could probably put it in here for a little more motivation. Right, like so. Excellent. Whoa, realm proficiency, bigger pockets. Ooh, this could be good. Increased loot drops of every monster from this realm. Interesting. Because the monsters that we already do summon are from the underworld. Speaking of, let's get another summoner in here, which can be designated for the crawler that we weren't putting anywhere else. And you only dropped 15. You know what? Let's just go big with a wooden chest. That should be fine there. And now cobwebs. cobwebs would be good for the crawler space to go into, but also hopefully that doesn't obstruct walking. Actually, you know what? It would look really good in this corner right here. Beautiful. And also, wow, this is all boosting up the maximum rating. Super nice. Also, again, none of the things have replenished, even though I had the money to do so. So there might be problems with me loading from a prologue save. Ah, well, I'm sure all the heroes will still find the satisfaction that they're looking for. I mean, a lot of them are leveling up, so that's always good news. And also, thankfully, we're only seeing like one group in a room at a time, which is super helpful. They pass each other, but they're not really interfering with each other, which is what I especially like to see. Although, since they're forming parties, we really haven't gotten any new souls collected here, so we definitely need a harder dungeon going forward. At least we maxed out the rating yet again! I also think it's funny that they take so long to search the chest that the monsters haven't time to respawn. At least they are all able to leave. And yeah, they get a little bit tired, but we are still looking at a 66% satisfaction rate. Oh, we did kill somebody. Well, I'm sure his party won't miss him. I'll just go back to the forums and be like, hey, looking for last person in a squad. And I also forgot to do the research that time, but I think Bigger Pox is gonna be a better one, so I can get more loot from chests. But I think our dungeon is at a very good point right now. So I think we're doing really good with our dungeon, but I want to bring in another legendary hero. We can bring in Prince Tristan again and see if he likes our dungeon a little better than last time, which I think last time he only had a 63% satisfaction, but hopefully it's higher today. Although before he visits, I want to see if I can fix the potion dispensers and everything by simply just, you know, respawning them. I want to give Prince Tristan the best that he possibly can get. And then we will also do the same thing for this fire pit here, so the heroes can have a little bit of rest. Actually, for the first time in a while. Let's first of all level up the other creatures that we have with the souls that we have, but then also summon a new one, just to see if we can get something new. And this is that slime again. We might as well get you. Round everybody out. Even though you're looking a lot more square than round. It's a demon type. What? What kind of a slime is a demon? But that also was most of our money, so we can't bring in another summoner plate. At least what we can do is change around this crawler to be the slime. So let's do another day. And hopefully Prince Tristan is a lot more satisfied with the results. Also, the tier 3 warrior is here already. Wow. That party is super lucky to have him. And sure enough, the potion vendor is working properly now. Although I'm not sure how full these things actually are. Not very full at all. This one's empty already. Oh, yikes. Bunch of greedy adventurers. And they're all going to use the rest, as they should. But it all just goes away so fast. And they're buying up more potions. You already have one. At least fight the slime first before buying one. Okay, now they're going through the giant bat. And then the slime is gonna see some action, hopefully soon. Or they're leaving? You didn't even fight the slime and you're leaving? You didn't sign up for this. Give him the love he deserves. Well, you know what? At least I'll save him for Prince Tristan. It's gonna be really awkward if we end up killing Sir Tristan. But hey, at least we have the thing for selling potions. Come on, hero party, carry through, fight the slime. Oh yes, the slime is finally seeing some action. That wasn't very much, but at least he did something. And Prince Tristan is here. So he gets the satisfaction boost from entering a dungeon. And it doesn't look like he's one to form parties. Not that I blame him, but he'll go ahead and fight the rat, collect the loot, get the satisfaction boost from that, and as long as monsters are actually there for him to fight when everybody else comes through, then he should be good. And sadly, he can't buy potions from there, but he can still get gold from here. And sadly, that skeleton isn't back yet, so that was a missed opportunity. And he's gonna have to fight these things on the way out instead, it looks like. But man, everybody is coming through here. Why is this part so congested? Oh, but he's fighting the slime. Yes! Enjoy your 5 minutes of fame, slime. Oh yes, and there's a giant bat. Good that he can fight these things. And we really need these to come back before he leaves. No, he missed them. He missed those guys. Come back through here, please. Oh yes, he's going back in. Aha! I knew he wouldn't pass up a good fight. At least he's not taking as much damage this time. And of course, nothing is available for him once he gets into the room, actually. But the good news is his satisfaction is almost at the right amount. And he's fully exiting the dungeon with less satisfaction than before. It's because all the other party members got in his way. It must be much too crowded for him. And that hurts to see, but he was happy the first time through, so that's the review we're going to hold on to, as everybody else is still working their way out. It also looks like this guy didn't have a party to go with, and it almost cost him his life. Oh, but he's not even done yet. Oh, you poor sap. I feel like that skeleton might do you in. And sure enough, it did. So hey, we're still getting some souls. And the bigger pockets upgrade is completed. News has spread about a mysterious new pants maker. I love that. And a 74% satisfaction rating. Take that, Prince Tristan. Or we got enough of the vouchers for more monies. Free monies. And we might as well just start research on the realm proficiency too, since, you know, that's a thing. But I'd say our dungeon is looking really good right now. It's definitely a lot better than what it was before. And our ratings are looking really nice right now. Despite what certain legendary heroes would say. What do they know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this second look at Dungeon Tycoon. It got its early access release today, so I thought we'd check it out again. Thank you guys very much for watching, and if you want to see more, be sure to let me know. Sub to Intern. And thanks to the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, DVNX, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Herald, Peggy Sue, Droopalong, Lily, The Miner Within, DeGarity, Sans, Isaac, V, Killer Squad, Mousy Mouse, Nicholas, and Lollipop.